control room.
Nah, the crew's on a break right now. We got to give them time.
That is an empty control room, my friend. Very empty control room.
Well, it's robotic now, I mean, we don't need that many people, but the guys are on break right now. They're out. They're out.
If you came here to the studio, you'd have we got the catering truck. We have
a lot going on here.
Suki hires the folks from Taco Loco next door. What's the name of the place, Laura?
Bar Taco.
Oh, Bar Taco, not Taco Loco.
Oh, pretty close. It is a little
Didn't
taco
have the word
loco.
taco in it, which is
it
good.
has it.
Well, we spent all the money on the studio, so we don't have any more money left over to buy takeout. Nothing. We have to stop.
Oh, baby. What a show we have today, man. It's going to be a good show as everybody starts to load up and light it up. Suki and Scott show. So would you say we're taking the world by storm
I think we're taking the world by storm. The Suki and Scott show everywhere. So many different media platforms. And we just inked a deal this week.
Yeah, this week we'll have some big news coming out with a very big brand that's going to be airing our show. But as you know, we started last Sunday on News 12 Plus, 3.5 million homes right here in the New York area. Suki, rave reviews, I got to tell you. The reviews are amazing.
Reviews.
Yeah.
Huge reviews.
Yeah. I have a couple of them right
well.
here. Hold on. Well, you know what? I'll wait till we start the show before we do the reviews. Anyway, Jeffrey Kidd, we got a great show today. As everybody lights up, Ronnie Platt is here from one of my favorite groups, Kansas.
Has anybody not heard a Kansas song sung?
Lauren may not have heard of
Kansas.
Lauren's shaking her head. She's like, I don't know.
Late 80s, early 90s.
Lauren's like 21 years old.
Yeah, but you know what? When that music comes on, baby, they go, oh, that's Kansas? Yeah.
Everybody's heard Dust in the Wind at this point. And they're celebrating 50 years of Kansas music, rocking and rolling.
I don't know how many people have seen the documentary, but I highly recommend seeing the documentary.
They've got an American tour coming up with they're going to hit 50 cities for their 50th anniversary. Ronnie Platt is the lead
keyboardist,
singer.
vocalist.
Yeah. I think he started around 2014, if I'm not mistaken. We'll talk to Ronnie what it was like.
Rides a Harley, Chicago guy.
Does he ride a Harley?
He does.
How do you know that?
He fills all. Go on his website.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe.
If you're in rock and roll, you got to ride a Harley, baby.
That's the only thing I didn't know. I thought maybe you were riding on the back of
that would be good.
His hog, if
that
you will.
That would be good.
Hold on, I just got to fix my
Scott,
mic.
did you mention to the audience about the Suki and Scott documentary we're working on?
Yes, there's a Suki and Scott documentary being filmed right now. Coming out in the fall is Suki and Scott on Broadway, the musical. We got that coming up, Suk. That's going to be amazing.
That's true.
We're going to be doing 7 shows a week on Broadway.
I'm not going to be there.
Yeah, you'll be there. We're going to be singing.
There's going to be a stand-in.
We're going to be dancing. Yes, Vanessa Williams will be filling in for Suki.
That's a good stand-in. I'll take Vanessa.
Sunday afternoon.
I'll do that.
You may have neglected to say that will be in the fall of 2027.
Yeah, 2027 if we're still here. Anyway, listen, we got a good show. Jeffrey, take yourself out. Give us the old start up in 3, 2, go. 3, 2, go. You can't hear him. Look at him. You can't hear him. He's got it. Jeff, you're on mute, bro. You're on mute. Hit the start of the show. You need me to do it?
I have to run back to the control room here. I mean, I don't have my hands only go this,
What are you doing, dude? We got people waiting to come on.
All right.
Hit the start of the show.
Okay, hold on.
So I could reach over here and hit it. Jeff, you want me to hit it?
In 3, the Suki and Scott show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling.
It's musical. It's magical.
Suki and Scott, that's 7 of hearts. Exactly.
This is a sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
Now, these larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
I answered you because I have respect for you guys, and it was a question respectfully put.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor.
You like De Niro and Cape Fear. Counselor.
Entertainment.
Jesse's girl.
Wonderful.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
And you and optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Ultraviolet light, it gets in there and it just fights the kung flu. Is that right? Okay.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
That's the best intro for a show I maybe have ever seen. Your intro is fantastic.
Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are gone. They'll really have to rest. Don't you cry no more. Should I stop now?
Yeah, you should.
Oh, baby, what a
you
show.
You really should.
What a show we have, ladies and gentlemen. Suki and Scott Show on the air. We have got Ronnie Platt, the lead singer of Kansas, the legendary group Kansas, celebrating 50 years of rock and roll. And then after that, Suki, our boys, the brothers from Hey Monet are back.
Hey Monet is back, and they've got a whole new album that's out.
Oh
a lot of covers, a lot of favorite songs. It'll be interesting to hear the process of how they came up with these songs. And they're going to do some originals like they always do. So the brothers have been with us from the very beginning, and it's nice to have them back. Especially with Ronnie Platt.
And Ronnie was listening to them give us a little warm-up. Even Ronnie came on and said, hey, those guys are pretty good.
Are really good.
And so anyway, Suk, so we got a great show coming up. Philly Kid, he'll be singing at the end. And guys, we got to tell you, so last Sunday we started that premiere, News 12 Plus here in the New York area. Suki, rave reviews. Suki, let me just read a couple. I gave you a few also. I think you have those.
Yep.
Suki, their chemistry is off the charts. Their laughter and sense of humor is contagious.
I have to agree
with that.
What
are the ones that you have there?
Two people you'd love to have at a dinner party.
Nice. What else?
And then also love the way they just make the celebrity guests feel at home, which so many people have said before.
Oh, wait, Suk, this is for Ryan and Kelly. This is for Ryan and Kelly.
But I think it's for us.
It sounds like it could be for us.
Ripped right out of
what they've been writing about.
Right out of our critically acclaimed.
My mother thought it was fantastic. Every Sunday, 11 o'clock, News 12 Plus, Channel 530 on Verizon Fios, Channel 61 on Altice. And we have another great one coming up. It's the show with Stephen Bauer from Scarface and Breaking Bad. And Patrick Myers, who was Killer Queen. He plays Freddie Mercury, and he's fantastic. And you and I also do the Suki Mailbag, which is always very educational.
Educational and entertaining.
Yes, and informative. So it's a great
show. Educational and entertaining.
Go ahead, Suki. What do you got for me?
Interesting things. You know that logo. I mean, we're here in the New York tri-state area, and there's a logo that's synonymous since the early 70s.
Which one is that?
I Love New York.
The I Love New York logo. Yes, everybody knows that.
It's a logo that everybody knows around the world. Yeah. But now look at the new logo that they put up. It's called We Love NYC.
Suki, who in their right mind was it? That gentleman there underneath? Our boy?
That's the mayor. It's the mayor, Eric Adams.
And we love Eric Adams.
I love him too. And he's a great mayor. He's done some great things.
Yeah, we've interviewed him many times.
Many times. But I don't know if
change that.
I don't know if the We Love NYC campaign is really good. Anyway, apparently, according to a lot of people,
Milton Glaser came up with that, by the way.
They were saying we love New York because they wanted to make it more global. But I feel like everybody in the whole world knows that symbol. I love NYC.
And do you remember the song? Do you remember the song with us? I love New York. And there's no place like it.
But the reason why they came out with that campaign back in 1977. If you remember, those
Ed
were the
Koch
years.
He used to sing on that commercial.
The crime was terrible. Nobody wanted to be in New York. It was the crime capital of the world, really. I mean, it was just really filthy and disgusting from what I remember. But the reality is they thought, after a global pandemic, coming back, We Love NYC would be a relaunch with the same sentiment of I Love New York.
Yes, but here's the thing. The I Love New York commercial really included the whole state, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So you showed stuff in the city, Long Island, upstate, the Catskills, right? Come to the state. Yeah.
Come to the state of New York.
State tourism. So,
I don't know. A lot of people are saying, why mess with something that already works? And I might have to agree with that.
Yeah.
But then I also get the same sentiment because I'm sure back in 1977 when they came up with this campaign, New Yorkers were like, thank you for wasting my tax dollars. And why does the mayor need to sing in a commercial? So I mean, put the optics back some 30, 40 years. I mean, it's good. But
Suk, I got one for you. You
All
were
right,
on,
go ahead.
you were on The Sopranos at
I know.
one point, right? You made an
yes,
appearance
I'm
on
on
The
The
Sopranos.
Sopranos.
Do you remember soprano actor Federico Castellucci?
Federico
He was one of the
He
guys.
used to come on the Pix 11 Morning
Right.
News all the
Yeah.
time.
He was one of the made men, and he was like almost like Tony Security,
Right.
so on and so forth. Well, he bought a painting. Jeff, throw up the painting right here. It's he bought this painting at an auction. It's an 18th century Italian holy painting of Saint Sebastian. Okay, that's what it's called. He paid like $60,000 for it.
Wow.
After he paid for it,
Right.
a little while after he paid, he found out that it's millions of dollars worth. It's worth like $40 million.
Okay, so he got it. He got it assessed to what?
Well, it's 350 years old. Wow. Like I said, he paid about 60 grand for it.
Wow.
And now he found out it's worth about $40 million. So that's a nice little investment, right?
Yeah, but you know what I remember about him, because
the painting of Saint
he was
Sebastian.
he was very good friends with. He himself is an artist.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, he's into that whole art deal.
Yeah, so that's why he was probably. But wow, talk about an investment. Talk about an investment. Buying you think $66,000. That's kind of crazy for that thing.
Never happened.
But it's an 18th century Italian holy painting.
Yeah. If that was me and I bought it for $60,000, it would be worth like 20. That's what I'd find out it was worth. Only 20. Nothing like that ever happens to me.
I wonder what Furio would have done. Back in the because that was the character he played.
And also,
Furio, you did good. You did good, kid.
Before we bring Ronnie Platt onto the show, we had a lot of fun with Cocaine Bear movie. The movie.
Has anybody seen Cocaine Bear?
I think a lot of people have seen Cocaine Bear.
I mean, it's pretty incredible.
It's changed the way we watch movies.
It's changed the way I look at bears.
And now, speaking of bears, Suk, when you think of Winnie the Pooh, what do you think of?
I think about Happy. I think about Honey Pot. I think about like
Tigger,
all of his friends.
Right.
I think about Pooh like caring about me and Pooh Corner. And how about that musician that used to sing Winnie the Pooh, Kenny Lonergan?
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Somebody made a movie called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Blood and Honey.
Yeah, it's a slasher movie, Sue.
Whoa.
And it was made for like a couple of $100,000. But I was reading and I found out that they banned it in Hong Kong
because
and Macau cinemas. There was no reason given.
Okay.
They just banned it right before the premiere. It says the cinema agreed to show it. Then they all came to the decision overnight. Can't be a coincidence, said the director. So he's all ticked off.
I could imagine.
But yeah. So Jeff, put up the one with the axe again. The other one, the Winnie the Pooh with the axe.
I mean, like, I don't want to see
there
Winnie
he
the
is.
Pooh as a criminal. I mean, I don't want to see Winnie the Pooh. I like Happy Winnie the Pooh.
What was the name of the forest they used to hang out in? Not the Enchanted Forest.
No, that's where Cinderella.
Cinderella or Snow White.
Snow White.
What was the forest in Winnie the Pooh? I forget. If anybody knows, just write it in.
Let's see.
We'll see if Ronnie.
Winnie the Pooh forest.
Forest. Quick before we get Ronnie.
Forest.
Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. What is
the 100-acre wood?
That's it. I was totally off.
I would not have known that.
And what was
I don't think I would have known
his song when we were kids? Winnie the Pooh. They had a song.
I don't know.
I don't
think I was there for that.
No,
I don't think we came to this country yet for that.
You didn't come over?
We didn't come over yet.
No, you didn't jump that wall at the time?
We didn't jump that wall.
Anyway, guys, listen. Ronnie Platt, lead singer of Kansas.
So wrong. What you just said.
Wait, is there a wall over there? No, right?
No, there's no wall in India.
No India. All right.
I'm Indian.
That's right.
Did I tell you that?
I forgot. You always tell me that. And I always
Thank
forget.
you. I know you're a Jew.
I thought I always think you're Bronx. Thinks you're Bronx Jewish. Anyway, Ronnie Platt is here, lead singer of Kansas. Those guys are getting ready to kick off a 50-city tour in celebration of their 50th anniversary of Kansas, rocking and rolling. Let's show you a little bit of Kansas with Ronnie Platt, and then we're going to bring him in on the other side. Take a look.
Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was sorry, never higher.
Yes, there he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Roddy!
Hi, folks. That was a nice clip, but I have to tell you, watching your intro, I agree with the gentleman at the end of the intro. That is the best intro ever. I agree with that. But what really kills me is the dog with the hula hoop.
The hula hoop.
The dog with the hula hoop and the rat.
Oh my God.
Ronnie,
that just cracked me up.
Ronnie, listen, here's what I want you to do. Because
Okay.
everything you just said was like, it was off sync with your lips. I was actually going to have you reset, but it all kicked in. Here's what we're going to do, Ronnie.
It's working just fine.
Now, was that real or was
That was real. He was making fun of us.
Oh, okay. That's so funny.
I got the joke, Ronnie. He did it.
Yeah, but it was so good. It almost looked real.
I'm telling you. Anyway, moving right along. I have to tell you, Scott, after hearing you sing Point, I have one question. Why am I here? Why am I here?
I mean, he's such a keyboardist too, Ronnie.
Right.
Ronnie, thanks for coming on, bud. Absolute pleasure, man. It's a pleasure to have you.
Can't believe it's 50 years of Kansas, and you guys are on the 50th tour. I mean, just celebrating 50 years of great music. I mean, incredible. What's it like? What's the reaction? 50 states you're also going to go visit, right?
50 shows so far, but guys, I have to tell you, just sitting here, I got an email from lovely J.R. Reese, one of our road managers, and it was an updated show schedule. So I have reason to believe that this 50th anniversary tour might go a little beyond 50 shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen, you guys are going to be busy. You start when? In June or so, and then you go or April, May, June, and then you go right through till next year, right?
Right. We start the 50th anniversary show June 2nd in Pittsburgh, which I believe is already sold out, but please check. And it just goes on and on. But I have to tell you, the first anniversary tour we did was the 40th anniversary of Left Overture, the album that had Wayward Son on it. And when we first talked about doing that tour, we're like, we're going to try this in 12, 15 markets, which is 12, 15 shows. That show, we ended up doing over 80 shows.
Wow.
And then the following year, Point of No Return came out. So we did the 40th anniversary of Point of No Return. And that ended up being over 100 shows. So it was actually like the third anniversary of the 40th anniversary of Point of No Return by the time we finished it.
So with this 50 city tour, you'll end up doing 130 shows probably.
It's not out of the box, that's for sure.
What's it like being back out on the road? What are you anticipating? Because the fans are just so diehard. I mean, it's like multi-generational at this point as well, too.
It really is, and it's something to see original fans, fans that were fans back in the 70s that are still coming to our shows, but yet they're bringing their kids, and dare I say, they're bringing their grandkids now. I mean, it really is amazing, but it's a testament to just how timeless Kansas music is. And, I heard you talking before about, everyone's heard Dust in the Wind, and where have you not heard Dust in the Wind? You've heard it on the radio. You've heard it in the grocery store. You've heard it at the dentist office.
Music.
It's just one of those, right? It's just one of those timeless songs. And to see just in the time that I've been in the band, and I'm very quickly approaching 9 years in the band now, which is just amazing. But it is amazing to see such a wide range of age in the audience. And we really owe a lot to, Kansas music being in so many movies and commercials. And of course, the television show Supernatural that kind of unofficially adopted Wayward Son as their theme song. And that really exposed us to a really young audience. And since that, and it's so gratifying to see such young kids in the audience really appreciating this music. It's pretty nice.
Yeah,
and also
cool.
it's like the jamming, like
Oh, these
kids
guys
don't even know.
There's so many.
like-
Suki, you know what the funny thing is? We grew up with the songs "Carry On, Wayward Son," "Dust in the Wind," "Play the Game Tonight." But there's like 100 Kansas songs
yeah.
that are really just, every one of them is dynamite. You only really hear what you hear on the radio growing up. And the one thing I love about it is, as I'm listening to these songs over and over again, and I was looking for videos with Ronnie, and you listening to "Play the Game Tonight," they bring me back to when I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
In the 70s and 80s. And it literally it helps your memory, where I'm thinking about who I was with, what summer camp I was at. I could tell you every year the songs come out, and it takes me back what girlfriend I was with, trying to get lucky as usual, Sue. But there's such prolific songs that you remember. And Ronnie, the question I have for you is, so you took over in 2014, right? For Steve Walsh, who was a longtime member. When and I know you had said you felt like you hit the rock and roll lottery,
I'm
right?
sorry, guys, I'm losing your audio feed a little bit here, but I'll try and piece together everything I can.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, you took over in 2014 for Steve Walsh, who was a longtime member. And you had said in other interviews,
the iconic Steve Walsh.
Said yes. Oh, absolutely. That's what I was going to say. You said you felt like you hit the rock and roll lottery when you got that gig. How nerve-wracking was that? How nerve-wracking was that for you to take over for a guy like that, and the pressure, to sing these iconic songs the same way?
It's hard to explain to people. And one of the terrible things about what happened before my very first gig is I happened to see an episode of Behind the Music, and they were interviewing Lawrence Gowan, who took Dennis DeYoung's place in Styx.
Yep.
Oh, Lawrence, great guy. Met him. What a super nice guy. But
very nice guy.
In this episode of Behind the Music, he's talking about how he was in the band a year, and the audience was not so nice to him. And I see this before my first show, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, I'm taking over from Steve Walsh, and the devout Kansas fans have such a close association with Steve, and Steve was just, like I said, iconic. I attribute Steve to the development of my voice. You're a product of your influences, and Steve was always at the top of the list for me. So it was pretty nerve-wracking to do that first show and wonder how I'm going to be accepted. And
crazy.
God bless the Kansas fans, because from day one, I've been greeted with just open arms, and things have been great in the nearly 9 years in the band that I've been touring with the band now. It's really been fantastic. And, I got to tell you, talking about our shows, in the diversity of age in our audience, I think one of the best compliments that we get is when someone sees our show and they come up to me or they message me on Facebook or whatever the media is, and they say, I saw your show last night and I felt like I was 18 again.
Yeah.
To me, that's the ultimate compliment, so I think it shows we're doing our job.
And also I just recently saw the documentary on Kansas, and I just felt very nostalgic just to learn the backstory about the boys and how they got together, how they worked, where they went to work and write and create these songs, and just the landscape of America at that time. It just felt like you kind of understood how groundbreaking the sound was.
And the amazing thing is, I think it's if it's Phil or Rich that state in the documentary, they were as far away from the music business as you possibly could be. You're in Topeka, Kansas.
Topeka, Kansas. Yep.
You're not in New York. You're not in Los Angeles. How does a band? I mean, what was in Topeka, Kansas in 1972? It was a very small town. And the amazing thing is, how did 6 guys from that area that in their own individual right have such extreme talent?
Yes.
And to catch the the ear of Wally Gold, who was Don Kirshner's right-hand guy.
Yeah.
And Scott, I heard you talking, you have a little association with Don Kirshner, right?
Yes. My sister, he was my sister's father-in-law. So I was very close with Don. Yeah. I was very close with Don Kirshner back when, she was married to his son, Ricky, back when I was like college age into my 20s. And I was always like, I was a huge, Hollywood fan and music. I always called him Donnie Babe because I was like, we were Hollywood speak, Donnie Babe. So when we used to go for all, Thanksgiving or whatever, he would take us down into his basement, and he would tell us stories about Kansas and Tony Orlando and Carole King.
And the letters from the Beatles.
Letters from the Beatles. And he would stuff would just be sitting in boxes. But I remember, I always remember I was so, like, when I would look at the 45s from Kansas, it would say I would have Don Kirshner's name on it. And it just, I was so thrilled. So I knew that Kansas was one of the, he was one of the most prolific, music. They called him a man with the golden ear back in the day. And
Right.
Kansas was one of his, original groups. And we always talked about it. It was amazing.
So were you sitting there at Thanksgiving going, hey, Donnie, babe, can you pass the yams?
Yes. Ronnie, exactly. He was just a normal guy, just a great, my nieces were his grandkids. He passed away a few years ago, obviously, but it was just, hey, Donnie, babe, can I get some salt for the turkey? Just the nice guy.
You going to finish that turkey leg? You going to finish that? Oh my God,
and behind him are, there are pictures with him and JFK and all these people. And it was just, just the nicest guy, also the Monkees and the Archies, and just responsible for so many careers. And the one thing you guys, well, not you, but the original band, we're talking about the early 70s, those guys, once they got big, they actually toured with Queen, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes. Kansas did many shows with Queen. So I mean, just how amazing is that? And that's another band, Queen. You talk about Kansas music standing the test of time. Look at Queen. You hear Queen songs in so many commercials now. It's really amazing. So it was that really amazing time period, that 70s music that really is timeless.
I mean, the catalog is incredible. You've got 16 studio albums, 5 live albums, 8 gold albums, 3 sextuple platinum albums.
Sextuple, Suk.
Yep. Point of No Return, Left Overture, and Best of Kansas. I mean, I think Best of Kansas I had on repeat in college because that was like my intro to Kansas.
Play the game tonight.
That was my intro into Kansas. 1990s kind of kid. So, my brother used to be a DJ at a local station. He's like, he'd get all these like CDs. He'd be like, here, you need to educate yourself on some music. Here's some Kansas. And, and that was on a heavy rotation on my CD, player, my disc. Remember when they used to have the little carousel?
Absolutely.
Right. That was the same with me. I mean, my friends, even if they weren't diehard Kansas fans, it seemed like everyone had the cassette tape. Let's not age myself too much. They had the cassette tape of the Best of Kansas. It really something. Yeah.
And also the cover work at Kansas. The cover work.
Yeah, the artwork
was exceptional. It was just like, nobody does cover work like that anymore. I mean, it's just so interesting and real.
Look at that. And you just, when you see him,
you have Mask up there. And
it brings you back.
Yeah, you know, it's one of the unfortunate things about today, because, you know, when I was a kid and, you know, you'd go to the record store and get that album and you would look at that album and the artwork, and you just kind of like got caught up in the whole flavor and the whole environment of that band, you know, in Kansas, along with, I mean, look at Roger Dean with Yes, you know, the artwork that he did for all of Yes's albums. And
that's iconic too, when you see some of this. Yeah.
By the way, we had, Suk, you may have been out that night, so it may have been Phil and myself, but we had Tom Brislin was also on the show, who was a keyboardist for Kansas.
Oh, Tommy, the boy with the golden resume.
Yeah. Tommy was on. He was playing for us. He was spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, we call him the boy with the golden resume because he was Meatloaf's keyboard player.
Yes.
He was Debbie Harry's keyboard player, and he toured with Yes.
Yeah.
So he comes into the band with quite a background, and outside of being an amazing player and an amazing writer, he's also very talented at sound design. And I think that's one aspect of the music that really goes unnoticed. Yeah. And something he's very, very good at.
Ron, how's your a cappella skills this morning? How you feeling?
I don't know about this morning.
Let me try.
I almost felt like, you know, the commercial where they have Slash auditioning for the high school play. They're like, yeah, he's in. Ron, could you give us like 30 seconds of a little? I'll go easy. How a little gust in the wind?
A little easy, yeah.
I close my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone.
Okay, come see the show if you want the rest.
I know.
That was when he was on off lip. His lips are off on that one.
Yeah, it's okay. But you know what I love about this?
Oh, was I out of sync there?
Yeah,
that's all right.
That's all right. It's all right. It's just what it is. You're in California.
Right.
Should we?
I apologize about the feed here. We're doing what we can.
Let's give the audience a little real Ronnie Platt, a little play the game tonight. Yeah, let's take a look.
So good, so good.
Nice. Talking with Ronnie Platt. He's the lead singer of Kansas. Ronnie, I just want to tell everybody you guys are going out on tour, 50th anniversary. Another Fork in the Road is the name. And it's just, if you can get to see these guys, go on their site and check it out, because it's right now it's 50 cities, as Ronnie said, probably going to be a little more. But it is going to be fantastic. Suk, I have to assume a lot of folks our age going to be out.
Oh yeah,
rocking with Kansas.
And it's multi-generational, like you said. It's nostalgia. We're going to play some favorites. I'm sure you're going to play some deep cuts from Kansas as well. That you know,
absolutely.
Yeah. What's your favorite song, Ronnie?
Who's your favorite kid? Which one is your favorite kid? Right? How do you answer that? You know. Really, when it comes down to it, I love them all, and I love the deep cuts. But, you know, there's just the energy of doing Wayward Son at the end of the show, and just seeing the audience not only reaction but participation. So I think Wayward Son just squeaks in there at #1 with me.
Yeah.
And Ronnie, how does being the lead singer of Kansas compare to, you know, when you were rocking with Yezda Erda? How does that work out? Is there any
Oh my God, Yezda Urfa.
Oh, or is it
yes,
Urfa?
Yezda Urfa.
Okay.
Yes, folks, believe it or not, that was the name of a band. And the best way to describe that band is Yes meets Frank Zappa.
Oh, wow.
That band was eclectic, super talented guys, and was a lot of fun. We played Nearfest back in 2004, I believe it was. Great bunch of guys, and no one brings that up, you know. That's funny you should mention that.
I thought I had a shot of you guys from when
Yes,
you were
Derek.
back with the band. I don't know if I put it in, but I know I was looking at
one.
God.
But Ronnie, your fans can also get in touch with you because you have your own YouTube channel where you kind of reach out and you have conversations with super fans of Kansas and just music in general, right?
Yeah, YouTube. You know, of course, in today's world of media, you have to be on Facebook, and it's you know, it's flattering to see messages from Kansas fans around the world.
Yeah, and you gotta get the merch.
Really amazing.
You gotta get the merch.
You got to get the merch in there. You know, hey, you know what? I don't know if you can see. I'm wearing the 50th anniversary.
What are you wearing?
Yep.
Bandit lights. You know, I got the 50th anniversary shirt on here.
I like it.
I love it. Ronnie, listen.
Endless promotion, right?
Before we go, now that your lips are working in sync, can you give me 15 seconds of Dust in the Wind?
Am I in sync now?
Yes.
I close my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone. All my dreams pass before my eyes in curiosity. How's that?
Oh,
Dust in the wind.
I was waiting for you guys. Come on. Okay, guys, I think you're in the right spot.
Ronnie, thought maybe you needed some backup singers, man. Ronnie Platt, listen, my friend, continued success. Congratulations on first, 2014, getting the gig. That's a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity, right? One in a gazillion.
Right.
Yep.
And
now
just
the 50th anniversary tour.
The 50th, and the trick is, man, you got to be good enough to keep it, and you have been just that. You fit right in there seamlessly, and you got the tour coming up. Everybody go check it out on the Kansas website, and I'm absolutely coming to a town near you, Ronnie Platt. Ronnie, thank you so much, my man. You're fantastic, really.
Suki and Scott, this has been so much fun. And please, everyone, if you want to see what's going on with Kansas, you want to see the tour schedule, kansasband.com. That's where to go. Look at all the dates there. I mean, amazing. I'm sure there's going to be more added to that. And we're so looking forward to seeing everyone. I mean, it really is iconic. 50 years of Kansas. Isn't it amazing?
Crazy.
It is.
Ronnie Platt, ladies and gentlemen. Ronnie, thank you, my man. Continued success. Enjoy the time off because you're going to be traveling soon, man. Have a great time.
Yes, thank you so much. Same to you. Great show. Enjoyed it. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the road.
All right, Ronnie. Take care, pal. Thank you so much, bud. Wow, what a good guy, huh?
Great guy. You know what I always think about, I know this is not a Kansas song. We're an American band. We're coming to your town.
Isn't that Grand Funk? Mark Farner was on the show. I remember. Mark Farner was on. And
I thought it's the band.
Could be the band.
I thought it was the band.
Grand Funk was Mark Farner.
Okay.
Because he came on and he sang with
the band
guitar.
That does that. We're coming to your town.
We'll help you party and down. We're an American band. Dear. I love it. Ronnie Platt from Kansas. The show just continues to grow. Great group. You got to go check them out. Kansas is the best. We've got Hey Monet coming up. We're going to keep it musically oriented today.
These brothers have been with us since we launched the Suki and Scott show.
Yeah.
And this time, Dan and Nate and Adam. I don't know if Adam is there.
No, it's just Dan and Nate. They keep him in the bathroom. They don't let him come out.
I think we saw him once. So, I think we might have saw him.
Yeah. Megan Farrell, they let her come out.
They let Megan come up, but Adam, they keep in the back. Anyway, Dan and Nate have a new album of covers that you're just going to absolutely love. And
well, they have an album called Banner Year that came out at the end of last year. The covers, they have this covers series on YouTube.
Okay. Oh, it's a series. Okay.
Yeah. And if you go to YouTube and check them, they have some great songs. We're going to talk to those guys on the other side. But first, a little word from our good friend Suki at Barish and McGarry. Take a look. Hey, everybody, it's your pal Suki and Scott here with a very important message from our friends at the law firm of Barish and McGarry.
Did you live, work, or go to school in Lower Manhattan below Canal Street, either on 9/11 or in the 8 months after?
If you did, you need to contact Barish and McGarry at 911deadline.com. I know several people who did, and they are very happy right now.
And you too may be eligible for free lifetime health care, as well as an award from the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund.
Suk, let's say it again. Free lifetime health care. Our government created these programs for everyone who was breathing in all that toxic dust.
But you see, a lot of people aren't enrolling because they think it's only for first responders.
Couldn't be further from the truth. The fund is also for office workers who were working downtown at the time.
Also, the 25,000 downtown residents. How about the 50,000 students and teachers who are also in the area?
And even if you're currently healthy, you can get in touch with Barish and McGarry at 911deadline.com. They're the lawyers for the 9/11 community.
It's 911deadline.com.
Ah, yes, indeed, folks. You got to call our friends at Barish and McGarry if you were down there at 9/11 or even in the 8 months after. Possible free health care, a possible award from the 9/11 fund. You got to call those guys.
And it's just putting your name on a list. And the bottom line is that putting your name on the list will be assurance for the rest of your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That God forbid something happens. If you qualify, there is help that the government has already put money aside for that. And remember, a lot of people fought to get that money, especially first responders who are sick, but you don't have to be a first responder.
No, not at all.
To cash in.
And you don't even have to be sick right now.
Not cash in, but to get on the list, I should say.
Anyway, Hey Monet, Dan and Nate, our boys coming up. They've got a new album out. They're doing covers. Take a little listen to them, and then we'll pop them in on the other side. Watch.
I put you high up in the sky, and now you're not coming down. It slowly turned, you let me burn, and now we're ashes on the ground. Don't you ever say I just walked away, I will always want you. I can't live a lie, running for my life, I will always want you. I came in like a wrecking ball, I never hit so hard in love. All I wanted was to break your walls. All you ever did was wreck me. I came in like a wrecking ball.
So good, so good.
Hey, hi guys.
Hey guys.
Nice to see you.
What's going on, fellas? Are we hearing a little? We're hearing a little feedback out of some speakers.
Oh, well, let me fix that.
What are you guys? You guys are rookies? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know.
There we go. We just came back.
Is that better?
You ready? We just came out of the song. I came in like a wrecking ball.
Yes. Perfect. Hey, you guys look great on this set. I love it.
Listen, I'm going to give you like 10, 15 seconds, bro. Tell us.
It's you guys are both really good looking, and you're nice and you're friendly. You bring us on your show all the time. You let us play songs, but listen, this is the first time we've been on the show where you guys are together at the desk, in the same place.
I know.
That's so, you didn't think we even really knew each other, did you?
I didn't have any idea. I just took your word for it.
Got some nice
flowers. You said that we're friends. I was saying before to our audience is that the fact is that you guys have been there since pretty much day one.
Yeah, they were on early with us.
Early. We discovered you, and then you guys put us on to some of the people that you were working with. Megan Farrell, who we love.
I love Megan.
We've talked to her so many times now, too.
Yeah, she was on recently.
And guess what? She's making a new record with us next month.
Yeah. She was actually on our show crowdfunding for it too, and I hope she reach her goal. I hope she did. Knock on
She
wood.
did, and beyond.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think we raised like $10 million for her.
I think you did. I don't think she would have even survived if it wasn't for you guys.
She got out of her mother's house. She got a new studio that she bought.
That's it.
I love it, man. I love it.
How are the kids? First
Yeah,
of all,
yeah. Last time you were on.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, they are absolutely amazing.
They're big now.
They're just, I mean, just adorable, walking, talking, playing instruments. They love Miss Rachel. They watch Elmo. Like they just big personalities, super happy, super healthy, just absolutely the joy of our lives.
I mean, let me tell you something. Elmo was our homeboy in our
us
house.
too,
I mean, we're like, yo, Elmo forever.
Elmo's the OG, man. He's been around a long time.
Totally.
Love
that song haunts my dreams that you're singing right now. I've heard that so many times.
It will for quite some time. Now I listen to my kid just downloaded South Park, so South Park is on repeat, and I'm always like, oh boy, let's have conversations about some of these things.
Well, we were just commenting on that actually because they must make those episodes like the day things happen because it's so current and so snappy. It's great. I still love it.
So well written.
It is.
South Park predicted this 7 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they just slid it in there after Trump won the presidency. That let's make a quick one about Trump winning the presidency.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are doing. You got the album out called Banner Year. We'll talk about in a sec. But you got your covers series that you do on YouTube, and we brought you in with Wrecking Ball. It's Suki. Suki and I were talking about this before. What goes into the process and to which cover? Like, I would never think you guys would want to do
Wrecking Ball.
What goes into that process of you guys picking the songs you want to cover?
Well, the process starts with a good 15 to 20 minutes of us arguing with one another.
Yes.
It gets really personal. And then after that, we just kind of settle on the song that we both like the most.
Yes. Well, actually, sometimes it's like the song that we both hate the least is what ends up happening.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's true. That actually makes more sense.
Yeah. So what we did all of last year, which is why it got so confusing at times, was we made the decision in January to do a song a week. And it was starting in 1970. So week 1 was 1970, week 2 was 1971, so on, so on, so on. And then we would end up at the end after 52 weeks in 2023, ringing the new year. So we did 52 songs, each one from a different year, which some was really easy. And you go back to the classic rock tunes in the era of Kansas and those bands and stuff like that. It was easy to find. We all love those songs. 80s was easy. 90s was easy. We grew up in the 90s, so we were obsessed with all that music. And then you get into like the mid 20-aughts and, the time where like the rock and roll bands started disappearing and it was all kind of more like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and stuff like that, and kind of got a little bit more difficult. So we stepped outside of the box a little bit with some of those covers, which is why you see us doing the Mileys, and we did some Madonna and we did some Lady Gaga and things that maybe you wouldn't expect to see, and they did surprisingly well when it came to views for us.
Sure.
And it was really fun.
We have plenty of time. We'd like you to do all 52 songs now.
Okay.
As a mashup, if you could.
Anyway, in 1970,
what was the 1970 song?
We did Cecilia by Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, you wanted to do a little of that? Can you
sure if you want?
A little of that?
It's a good thing we remembered that one.
Celia, you're breaking my heart. You're shaking my confidence daily. Oh, Cecilia, I'm down on my knees. I'm begging you, please, to come on. Come on home. Making love in the afternoon with Cecilia up in my bedroom. I got up to wash my face when I come down the stairs. Someone's taking my place. Celia, you're breaking my heart. You're shaking my confidence daily. Oh, Cecilia, I'm down on my knees. I'm begging you, please, to come home. Come on home. Oh, 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 oh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
We love Simon and Garfunkel.
Nice. By the way, I just got confirmation. It was Grand Funk Railroad that sang America.
It was. I wasn't gonna say anything, but
He
yeah.
was doing like it's Grand Funk Railroad. It's Grand Funk.
Come on, man.
Dude, calm down.
And also, Jackal did a really cool cover of it in the '80s. That was pretty sweet. It's
Of what, American Band?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll definitely check it out.
That's a good cover.
Also, by the way, Ronnie Platt. It's what is it? 9:30 or 9:45 in California right now in the morning, and he's belting out Dust in the Wind. I was like, "Jeez, this guy's amazing."
He's got that voice, and it was wild. He actually, I was kind of kidding around with him with that band, but before Kansas, he was in a cover band called ARRA,
yeah,
or ARA, however you pronounce. And they were like a local cover band. And this guy showed up to audition for Kansas, and he got the gig.
That's amazing.
That's crazy, man.
Wild?
Yeah,
it's life changing.
Yeah,
for sure.
So it's almost like hey, now I'm singing Kansas cover songs, except I'm the lead singer of the group.
I'm in the band, and I'm with like all pretty much except for
a couple of the originals are still in there.
Yeah,
the guitar player and the drummer, I believe, because I was doing a little Wikipedia research, half-cracked internet research before the show, and the guitar player and the drummer are original, and they have been on every record that Kansas has made, so 50 years straight for them.
Yeah, crazy, right?
So many great songs, that band, man.
When are you guys going out on tour? 50 cities. When's it gonna happen?
I don't know. That's gonna be a while, because we used to do that all the time when we didn't have families, because we made no money. And so we would come back broke, and we could get away with it then. Now there's diapers, and we got to buy pouches full of like fruit mixed with spinach.
Organic baby food. I don't even know.
Like kids' shoes, they still cost $35, and they wear them for like 6 weeks.
So yeah,
crazy, man.
Nothing's inexpensive.
I know.
It's
And wait,
crazy.
you know what? It's like, and it's true when they say little kids, little problems, big kids, big problems.
Yeah. And it's like Suki and I leave this show every day. We
Broke,
don't have any money
broke.
either, so we
that's great.
Broke.
Isn't
We're
that nice?
barefoot. We're walking home. I mean, it's really
Yeah.
pathetic at times,
Yeah.
The one thing I love about you guys is you guys actually won a contest, right? Where you opened up for like Springsteen at a festival overseas.
Yep, we did that. It was through the Hard Rock. So
and
Hard
what'd
Rock
you
started
do?
a record label in the
Right.
2000s, and it was 2012 when we won the contest. So there was like, I don't know, whatever they say, a couple of hundred bands that entered it. Each location that had a Hard Rock had a champion for their city, and then all the cities competed against each other. So we were competing out of Cleveland, and we won it. And we got to open the festival, Hard Rock Calling Fest.
That's pretty cool. Huh?
Awesome.
Open for Springsteen. What was the song that you won with?
It was. I don't think it was one song
I
in
think it was
particular.
like a selection of 2 or 3 that they chose.
What's that?
From.
Yeah, we were able to like submit, videos and audio. It was kind of like they had a panel of judges that were fairly esteemed, music industry personnel.
That's
and it was awesome.
I love about you guys also, not that you've not only become fathers, but you also give back so much to the music community in and around your area, and develop also young singers. And that's how we've gotten to know so many people that you've worked with, songwriting, producing. What's it like wearing all those different hats, being a musician, but also the whole development of an artist?
I personally love that. I'm as passionate about that as I've ever been about touring and being our own band. And, like you talk about going out on, 50-date runs, like, unless you're Kansas and you got really nice buses and nice hotels every night, it's a little rougher than people imagine it, you know, for the average regional touring band. And so this way we get to be just as creative, write songs with really talented people, produce those songs, just kind of have our hands in every piece of it along the way, and then sleep in our own beds at night. It's really, really nice.
I like it.
I could
More family time, you know, it's really enjoyable. And we still go out, you know, every month we'll do 2 or 3 little kind of weekend warrior shows. Kind of the nice part about being in Ohio where we are is we're 7 hours from New York, we're 7 hours from Chicago, 7 hours from Nashville, you know, and in between all that's Detroit, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Cincinnati. We have all these places we can go out on the weekends, do shows, and come home.
I love it. And you guys you just make it seem so easy when you're performing. You got the new album that came out in the fall called Banner Year.
Yeah.
You want to do a tune off of? We want to do a tune off our new album. You want to do that off of that one?
I'd love to. You know, that's the nice thing is if you don't have any hits from before, then no one cares if you play the new stuff. It's great.
It's all new. It's all new for everybody.
This one is called Grasslands. I wrote it about my son. His name is Leo. And so there's a little bit of that lion energy in the song. I'll be here in the grasslands, staring at the stars, waiting for the lion to come. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be staring at the stars, waiting for the lion to come. Every night when you go to sleep, I'll be staring at you, looking for pieces of me. To my dismay, and lucky for you, you look just like your mama do. It's enough for me just to hold you near. So I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be here in the grasslands, staring at the stars, waiting for the lion to come. Every night I'm gonna sing you a song, teach you everything I know, and that shouldn't take long. I'll keep you cool, keep you safe and warm, never let you get caught out in the storm. I'll hold you close until the sky is clear. So I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be here in the grasslands, staring at the stars, waiting for the lion to come. I'll be staring at the stars, waiting for the lion to come. I'll be staring at the stars, waiting for the lion to come.
Nice.
So good.
Boy, that's a great kid tune. That's a good. I could hear that on a kid's album. I really could.
Thanks, guys. We've been talking about that a lot, actually, maybe doing some stuff for the kids. Been inspired by having our little boys, and they love music. They dance all the time.
Oh, kids stuff always. We used to listen to Raffi all the time, the guy who played the guitar. Oh, my God. There's a spider on the floor, on the floor. I mean, the guy had like 30 songs, and it would take up the whole car ride. Right?
Yeah. It's great.
And it's just
the Wiggles.
Yeah,
right?
They're
having
the Wiggles. Yeah.
New Wiggles.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, and a lot of it's so.
Again.
Yeah, and a lot of it's so educational. You know, you don't even mind like we're gonna put them in front of the TV, and I don't. You know, we try not to have a million hours of screen time, but like, I feel like it's really helped their speech development, and like they are learning all these new words. They're dancing.
Both of them know a little bit of sign language from watching these shows, and
Oh, totally.
Yeah, they get the sign language. Oh my God.
Plus, you know, they become bilingual too. My son will start, you know.
Yes.
He used to start speaking Spanish, saying "Mama, agua," and I'm like, "What? Okay, water, yay!"
It's amazing. My son, when he's done eating, or when he isn't done eating, he wants more food. He goes, more like this, and he does sign language. And then when he's done, he goes, done. Done.
I love it. I love it.
It's awesome.
But you know what? I heard cognitively, and I've read that kids learn more from the time they're born to the age 3. That's like their big like where it's stacking up, and then it comes back to like 7 to like 12, and then they're screwed for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that's
You
definitely
get
where
it
I
in them,
peaked.
then
Yeah.
it's all gone.
I have big plateau energy right about 11 and a half. Boom.
Yeah.
But I was super smart right up till then.
I equals 3.1472935. Fellas, listen, you got the Banner Year album. You've got the cover series on all socials and YouTube. Hey Monet, you guys, everybody could just Google those guys or go on to YouTube, and it all comes right up. Before we go, hit me with. Let's do one more cover on the way out. We'll do some singing.
Sure.
Okay. Yep. Oh, this is one of my absolute favorites.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Stuck on you. I got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose. Yes, I'm on my way. Needed a friend, and the way I feel now, I guess I'll be with you till the end. Yes, I'm on my way. I'm mighty glad you stayed. I'm stuck on you. I've been a fool too long. I guess it's time for me to come on home. Yes, I'm on my way. It's so hard to see that a woman like you could wait around for a man like me. Yes, I'm on my way. I'm mighty glad you stayed. Yeah, I'm leaving on that midnight train tomorrow, and I know just where I'm going. I packed all my troubles and I've thrown them all away. Is this time, little darling, I'm coming home to stay. Yeah, I'm stuck on you. I got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose. Yes, I'm on my way. I needed a friend, and the way I feel now, I guess I'll be with you till the end. Yes, I'm on my way. I'm mighty glad you stayed.
I love it. Let me tell you something. Guess who's going to tour this summer and who will be there? It's
Lionel Richie and all of us.
He is one of my all-time favorites. Does
Same.
not stop.
Easy like Sunday morning.
I celebrate the catalog.
I do too. I think you guys should do that. You should celebrate Lionel Richie.
We're definitely going to add another Lionel Richie to our cover series.
So, by the way, the new cover series, we're not doing the year thing anymore. We threw that out the window because it was a total headache. And so this year, starting in January, the new series is just called Songs We Love. And it's like
I love it.
Literally whatever. And so there will be multiple Lionel Richies. And we're doing one Beatles song a month.
I love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Just call it, that's all. Call it Songs We Love.
That sounds like my house.
Yeah, right?
Dan and Nate, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Monet, check them out. They got the new album, Banner Year. And, of course, on YouTube and their social media, they've got some great covers, as you can see. I love when other people do covers, and it's just so much fun. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out today.
We really appreciate the continued support and having us on all the time. It means a lot to us.
Absolutely, man. You guys are always welcome. We love you. Continued success, and we'll talk to you soon, all right?
Thanks. Love you guys.
All right, bye.
Hey, Monet. Love those guys.
I mean, they're phenomenal
Love
in so many
guys.
ways.
Not only that, they were last minute, Suk. last minute. Sally Kirkland was coming on. She had to cancel to reschedule.
She's okay. Yeah, she's got to reschedule.
And I called the guy. I said, you know what?
Rescheduled.
These guys are always fantastic. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, another great show. Don't forget News 12 Plus. You know what, Jeff? Give them the little News 12. Give them the little spot real quick. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your pals, Suki and Scott.
Great news. The Suki and Scott Show are headed to News 12 Plus every Sunday morning at 11 a.m.
What a great name. Listen, we are jam-packed with the amazing celebrities and world-class performers.
And we're going to keep the entertainment coming.
So don't we have to give traffic and weather like every 10 minutes?
Yeah, I have an idea. I'm going to keep you outside on the highway, and you can keep us all posted.
That's not Suki and Scott Show, 11 a.m. Sunday mornings on News 12 Plus.
All brought to you by our good friends at Parrish & McGarry, the lawyers for the 9/11 community.
Yes, indeed. Every Sunday, if you're in the New York area, News 12 Plus. Suk, another great show.
Show keeps growing, and we thank you for staying part of this.
Next Thursday, you know who's coming?
I don't know.
We have Mark Rivera, who's the saxophonist for
Billy
Joel.
Joel.
And we also have Patricia Richardson of, remember the show? Tool Time with Tim Allen. What was the name of the show, Suki?
Oh, I don't know. It was on ABC.
I just lost it.
Tool Time.
What's the show?
It was called Tool Time, right?
No, that was his show in the show.
In the show.
He was Tim Allen's.
Tim Allen's wife.
Look up, Lauren, look up Tool Time with Tim Allen quickly before we go.
ABC show.
It was such a popular show.
It's just
Pamela Anderson was on it.
I know she was the original.
She was the Tool girl. Yeah. What was it called? Just look up Tim Allen Tool Time show.
I'll look it up.
Home Improvement. There you go. Patricia.
You know what? The brain cells are just not activating. Not activating.
So she's coming up next week also, and we got great shows. So we love you guys. We're going to leave you with our boy Philly Kid, going to sing his way into your hearts. Please share the show. See you guys next time. We love you. And here's Philly Kid. Take a look.
I know you've heard that worn out line about a love at first sight. Well, I never knew those words were true till I saw you walk in tonight. All it took was just one look to knock me off of my feet. I'm not a man of many words, so I'll make it short and sweet. Could you, would you, ain't you gonna, if I ask you, would you wanna be my baby tonight? Yeah, take a chance, slow dance, make a little romance. Honey, it'll be alright. Girl, you got me wishing we were hugging and a kissing and a holding each other tight. So could you, would you, ain't you gonna, if I ask you, would you wanna be my baby tonight? Woo! Now I'm not trying to come on like some rhinestone Romeo. I'm looking for a whole lot more than a one-night rodeo. What can I do to prove to you that I'm laying it on the line? I'll even get out on my knees just to beg you one more time. Yeah, could you, would you, ain't you gonna, if I ask you, would you wanna be my baby tonight? Yeah, take a chance, slow dance, make a little romance. Honey, it'll be alright. Girl, you got me wishing we were hugging and a kissing and a holding each other tight. So could you, would you, ain't you gonna, if I ask you, would you wanna be my baby tonight? Yeah. Woo. Yeah, could you, would you, ain't you gonna, if I ask you, would you wanna be my baby tonight? Yeah, take a chance, slow dance, make a little romance. Honey, it'll be alright. Girl, you got me wishing we were hugging and a kissing and a holding each other tight. So could you, would you, ain't you gonna, if I ask you, would you wanna be my baby tonight? Yeah, could you, would you, ain't you gonna, if I ask you, would you wanna be my baby tonight?